Cyndi Lauper said it best. Girls just want to have fun. NYWCites, the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. She's a Woman of Wrestling was the second starlet show put out by NYWC, and I do say, despite a lack of crowd, it was a fun show. We kicked off with A-lister Jay Red in the ring, saying that for months he was running down the starlets, saying they don't belong in wrestling. But he said he has a niece, and he said something to the degree of, who am I to get in the way of her dreams, and asked starlets to come out, and out comes Brittany Savage with Izzy McKenna, and Jay Red said that McKenna had been medically cleared to wrestle, so let's have a match right now, and they got underway, and Izzy McKenna defeated Jay Red with the Kata Hajime, which was best known to ECW fans as the Taz Mission. Very good win for McKenna, and I hope to see more of her. Second matchup saw starlet killer Aria Cadenza defeat Eris Rain, who I know has competed for SWA, which has done shows at NYWC Sportatorium in the past. Cadenza definitely looked great in this matchup. And by the way, that was a qualifying match for the Fatal 4-Way later in the show. Up next was tag team action, where the winning team would have both members go to the qualifying Fatal 4-Way later in the show, as Willow Nightingale and Sumi Sakai defeated the Mean Queens, Chrissy Rivera and Brooke Danielle, who came to the ring all decked out in evening gowns and tiara crowns on their heads. Then in another qualifying match for the Fatal 4-Way, we saw Deonna Purrazzo defeat Brittany Blake in a good matchup where Purrazzo made Blake submit to some kind of armbar submission. Intermission came at that point, and some of the ladies were out and about taking pictures with some fans. Then intermission ends, and the Mean Queens, Brooke Danielle and Chrissy Rivera, come out, and they're on a bit of a sit-down strike due to what happened earlier in the show, offering to be added to the 4-way matchup later in the show, making it a suicidal 6-way match. And out came Brittany Blake, and I forgot what she said on the microphone. Brittany Blake offered to face one of them right then and there. Brooke and Chrissy did rock, paper, scissors, and Brooke took the match, and Mean Queen Brooke Danielle defeated Brittany Blake in a good matchup. Then it was on to the Fatal 4-Way matchup, as Willow Nightingale defeated Sumi Sakai, Deonna Purrazzo, and starlet killer Aria Cadenza to become the #1 contender to the Starlet Championship. After the match, Boy Diva Rick Cataldo comes out with someone, and they both congratulate Willow on the win, and they ended up double teaming her, and Cataldo introduced his friend Eddie McQueen. I do apologize if I got the name wrong. And the funny thing was, when McQueen and Cataldo were leaving the ring, Cataldo did a split, and we had a botchamania moment as one of the microphones broke in the middle of the ring. Then it was main event time, as Sammy Pickles was defending the Starlet Championship against Brittany Savage. Prior to the matchup, Brittany told Izzy McKenna, with all due respect, I want to do this on my own, and asked her politely to leave the ring. And she did. And the match got underway, and out came Rick Cataldo and Eddie McQueen, and Pickles wanted a piece of Cataldo, and eventually Brittany hit an ace crusher on Sammy Pickles and got the 3 count, becoming the new Starlet champion. And then it turned out Brittany had been in cahoots with Cataldo and McQueen, and they triple teamed Sammy. Brittany had the microphone telling Pickles, Cataldo and I go way back. And they went to the point where they said they declared themselves the Booze. I think it stands for a Bitches Only Organization. I do apologize if I got that wrong too. But eventually, Willow Nightingale and Sumi Sakai hit the ring with chairs, and the Booze skedaddled out of the ring. Okay, now it was great sitting by Oliver and Chris. Welcome back, Fred, who I had not seen at any shows in some time. Blah, 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 blah. Despite a train delay, the show, I got to the building close to 8 o'clock. The show didn't start till like after 8. I guess more fans were being hoped for in the crowd, and this may sound like an odd question, but why not have, since there was no announcement for the next full-fledged Starlet show, why not have a Starlet show on a Saturday afternoon and then that same night have one of the monthly shows? I know it's just a thought, in order to like draw more people to see the Starlet shows. Let's see. I mean, this was a fun night. A good crop of starlets for the Starlet division right now, and hopefully there'll be more added as time goes on. Obviously, things were developed at this event as a new group was born. I sure hope there will be another Starlet show in the future, with more people coming, and drat. And I sure hope this will, be definitely something good for the future. NYWC rules.